Welcome to The Explainer. For over 1 billion people around the world, prayer is a daily foundational part of life. But here's something you might not know. For an Islamic prayer to even be considered valid, a whole series of crucial steps have to happen before it even begins. So today, we're diving into those essential prerequisites.
You know, it goes so much deeper than just the movements in the words. Before anything is said or done, a set of conditions has to be met. And we're not just talking about helpful suggestions here. These are seen as absolutely essential for the prayer to be accepted by God.
So yeah, there are 6 of them. 6 distinct prerequisites that basically act as a gateway to the prayer itself. You can think of it like a spiritual and physical checklist, designed to get a person completely ready for that moment of standing before the divine.
All right, let's get into it. The first 3 conditions are all built around one central, really powerful theme: achieving a state of complete purity. And this isn't just about being physically clean. It's also about ritual purity, which really sets the stage for the worship that's about to happen.
And believe me, this goes way beyond just hopping in the shower. It's this comprehensive approach to cleanliness that covers 3 distinct areas you see here: your body, what you're wearing, and the very spot you're standing on. It's all about creating a totally pure environment for a pure act. So, when we focus on the body, this purity is achieved through a ritual washing. If you're in what's called a minor state of impurity, you perform a specific ablution known as wudu. But for a major state, a full-body bath or ghusl is required. The whole goal is to achieve this state of tahara, which is the word for this ritual purity.
Now, the part about clean clothes, that's not just a matter of good manners. It's right there in the Qur'an. This verse really shows you how every single detail of how the worshiper presents themselves matters in this sacred act.
Okay, so once that foundation of purity is all set, the focus shifts. The next 2 conditions move away from the environment and onto the body itself. Specifically, how it's covered and where it's facing during prayer.
So that brings us to the 4th prerequisite, which is this concept called aura. And this is a really important term. It refers to the parts of the body that have to be covered out of modesty, especially when you're in the middle of prayer.
And you know, what's really striking here is the level of detail. The classical texts lay out these distinct requirements for men and for free women. They also include historical categories, like for slave women, which kind of gives you a window into the time when these texts were written. The main principle, though, is that a state of modesty is maintained by everyone, with specific rules for different people.
And the 5th prerequisite pulls this whole physical framework together: direction. Think about it. Every single day, hundreds of millions of people, no matter where they are in the entire planet, all turn to face one single point: the Kaaba in Mecca. This shared direction, called the Qibla, creates this incredible, visible sense of global unity.
But hey, life isn't always perfect, right? So what happens when these ideal conditions just can't be met? Well, the source material actually provides some really clear and practical guidance for exactly those kinds of special circumstances.
This brings up a really important practical question. I mean, what if someone just doesn't have the clothes they need to cover themselves properly? Does that mean they just can't pray? Is the prayer invalid for them?
No, absolutely not. The guidance here is actually really compassionate and practical. The ruling is that the person should pray while sitting down and just use gestures for the movements. This really shows you a key principle at work. The act of worship itself is more important than a condition that's just impossible for someone to fulfill. So what about the direction? What are you supposed to do if you're lost, or you're in a brand new place and you have absolutely no idea which way Mecca is?
And the process for this is, well, it's just beautifully logical. First, you try to ask someone who knows. Simple enough. If you're totally alone, you engage in what's called ijtihad. You use your own reasoning and judgment to make the best possible educated guess. Then you pray in that direction. And here's the crucial part. Your prayer is considered valid even if you find out later you got the direction wrong. And this is where you see a key principle really shine through. The validity of the prayer hinges on your sincere attempt, not on getting a perfect score. If you truly try your best, your worship is accepted. But if you don't even try and you get it wrong,
then yeah, you have to repeat it. So, we've prepared the body, the clothes, the location, and the direction. Now we finally get to the sixth prerequisite. And this one might just be the most important of all, because it's completely internal.
And it all comes down to this famous prophetic saying, actions are but by intentions. This is the bedrock for the sixth and final condition. It highlights a core Islamic belief that your inner state is what gives meaning and value to any action you do on the outside.
This is the concept of niyyah, or intention. And it's not some phrase you say out loud. It's a silent, clear conviction that you hold in your heart. It's an internal knowledge of what you're about to do and who you're doing it for.
And this intention has to be specific. You have to be clear in your heart, for example, which of the 5 daily prayers you're about to perform. And, this is key, that intention has to be present at the exact moment you begin the prayer. It's all about locking in that inner state with the outer action right from the very first second.
So when you pull all 6 of these conditions together, the purity, the position, the purpose, you start to see that this isn't just some boring checklist. It completely transforms prayer from a simple ritual into this deliberate, holistic engagement. It's a full preparation of your mind, your body, and your soul, all designed to make that moment of connection as powerful and as meaningful as it can possibly be.